Crispin Hughes with Bullworker. Today's class, I'm excited. We're going to do a 3-part series. It's going to be a mobility exercise routine, followed with a total body strength training routine, and then finishing up with a recovery deep stretch session. So first in that mobility routine, what we're going to do is focus on combating that desk posture, rounding those shoulders forward all day long. We're going to pull those back. We're going to focus on the mid back and thoracic mobility. And then we'll jump into our strength training routine. We will use our iso bow, steel bow, and bow classic for this routine. So if you don't have all of them, don't worry about it. You can do a variation of all these exercises with whatever you have. If you do have all of them, use whichever one you prefer. Now, we are going to be doing partner work supersets. So with this, if you don't have a partner, don't worry about it. Just jump from one exercise to the next. The recovery session and stretching is going to be a deep stretch with your iso bow. Really focus on breathing into those muscles, relaxing and allowing that muscle to stretch, but in a relaxed state. So that's our workout routine for the day. Let's jump right in. So isometrics are kind of Bullworker's game. And what isometrics are is it's when you're creating a contraction without movement. So your joint angles are staying the same. While so an isometric would be I'm applying force, not moving. Isokinetic or isotonic is when you're starting to do those normal movements. And the benefit of isometrics is your time under tension with the muscle is the highest, and then that also engages the most muscle fibers. So it's still scientifically proven to be the fastest way to build strength. So the beauty there too is you don't need to apply 100% of your strength. The sweet spot's kind of 60 to 80%, depending on what area you want. So 70% is a good idea of what your output is when you're doing these isometric holds, okay? We're gonna lay back, low back on the mat. We're gonna take our iso bows up over our head. We're gonna pull the iso bows apart, keeping that tension on the iso bow. Reach over your head as far down as you can. For some, you might be able to get it all the way down to the ground. For others, it might not go all the way. We're gonna go 5 of these. Remember, staying with that low back on the ground. We don't wanna arch to get our hands down to the ground. So keep that tension as you're going through. Exactly, really good control there, Matt. Focus on activating those scapulas, those mid-back areas, and then placing that iso bow as far down to the ground. Nice, Dio. Keeping that tension. So here we're really focusing on that mid-back, those mid-traps, rhomboid, scapula, that whole thoracic area. We'll go one more, all the way down, slow to the mat or the ground, and then coming back up. Perfect. So now we'll hop up to our feet. We're gonna do a couple just mobility shoulder stuff, and then we'll jump into some strength training. So we're gonna take the iso bow. Again, you're creating the tension. We're just gonna do some big circles, kind of loosen up the shoulders, get the blood flowing. Going counterclockwise or clockwise, whichever one you prefer. Keeping that tension, excellent. Once you get up to the top, reverse direction. So right about now, we should probably be feeling our shoulders starting to light up. If you're not, pull it apart just a little bit harder. Once we get to the top, we're gonna come down through our body, out, up, through our body, out and up. Remember here, we don't want this, we wanna tuck it in. So a lot of times when we stick our arms up in the air, it tends to have that anterior pelvic tilt. So keep everything tight as you can. And then once you get to the top, reverse that direction. So now you're coming up near your body, pushing out away, and then coming back up near your body. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, now we're gonna switch grips. So you're gonna stay on that same grip as if you're gripping it here, and you're just gonna rotate your palms upwards. Here we're gonna stay with our hands right around our chest, pulling the iso bow apart, keep that pelvic tilt tight. You're gonna keep the tension the entire time. So you're pulling this iso bow apart, reaching up as high as you can, and back down. And here you should really start to be feeling it in your upper back, thoracic area. Make sure we're breathing as we go through it. 2 more. Nice, really focus on keeping those glutes and back tight. Oh yeah, we're gonna do one last one. Perfect. Now we're gonna distribute some equipment. We're gonna jump into the strength training. Keep your iso bow handy, and we're gonna make kind of some groups. The important thing here on these is to keep your shoulders back, okay? So right here is your movement. Keep those elbows up. You're gonna compress. I like to do a hold, and then you can slowly rep them. Again, this is all timed, so it's on you guys. The ones with the long units, you're gonna grab those cables in the middle, and you're going to spread them apart. Okay, again, keeping your back, shoulders back. You don't wanna round forward for these. And we're gonna do time. So everyone feel the tension on the chest compression. Does it feel like it's a good tension? You want more, potentially less. We're gonna go for 30 seconds. Ready, begin. Make sure you're breathing deeply. Really focus on contracting those muscles engaged. If you wanna play with a hold, hold it in that compressed motion. Those ones doing the back spreads, here we're focusing on pinching that back. So not necessarily here with our rotator cuffs, but more so pulling it apart, just like that, exactly. 6 more seconds. And then find a partner, one who has the opposite unit you do, and swap with them now. So swapping bigs with littles. Here we go, ready? Go for it. So Albert, keep those elbows up. Yep, perfect. Our chest compressions, we wanna keep those elbows up. Really focus on engaging those muscles, which are gonna be the front delts and the chest. You cable spreaders, really focus on holding and engaging those muscles as you pull the unit apart. So really focus on that mind-muscle connection. Everyone, where you're at, go ahead and do the compression and hold it. Hold the compression, hold the cable spread, excellent. Hold it, nice, Yuli. Perfect. All right, take a break, pass it back, swapping out. Back to the chest compressions, and then back to the cable spreads. Ready, go. Couple warm up, and let's hold. Really focus on breathing, engaging those muscles. Shaking is totally okay. That just means we're strengthening our neural connections with those muscles. And rep them. Nice, slow, controlled reps on this one. Beautiful. And swap out with your partner. Here we go. Ready? Begin. Couple reps to warm. And hold. Really focus on flexing those muscles, engage those muscles. Don't need to necessarily go 100% here, but just really engage those muscles you're feeling. Breathe into them. And take a break, go ahead, rep them out. Nice. We're gonna step into our lats and chest still. So those with the big unit, you're gonna take this unit, the thicker side, so the side without the meter on it, you're gonna place that up. You're gonna put this in between kind of your hip and upper thigh, and we're gonna do lat pull downs. So we're gonna pull down just like this. So you're really trying to engage this side muscle, that wing. If it's too light, we'll put some more resistance in it. Again, here we're focusing on that mind-muscle connection. So you're gonna come here, and then you'll switch over to the other side during this circuit. Those with the smaller unit, you're going to be taking that unit, you're gonna extend one hand out to the side. That hand's just gonna hold stationary. And then here we wanna be just above our navel, and we're gonna press with that one coming across our body. So the outside one stays still. The movement comes from the arm across the body. That's gonna hit your chest as well. And we'll hold those, and then we'll switch sides. All right, here we go. Start those motions, ready, go. So our side chest down here. Remember, play with it, slow, controlled movements. If you wanna do a hold, go for a hold. This first one is just kind of familiarity with the sets. Nice work. And then on our lat pull downs, really focus on pulling in, just using those wings. All right, switch over to the other side. Lat pull downs over to the other leg. Chest compressions over to the other side. And ready, go. Compressing. Excellent. Keep pressing. Slow, steady, controlled. And take a break. Swap out with your partner, swap out with your partner. Placing that unit right on the top of your hip, and that arm is coming down, really engaging those lats. Here we go. Ready? Begin. Go ahead and switch sides, switch sides.
Give him the hard stuff.
Give him the hard, expert level. Try that one. All right, take a break. So we're gonna hook the iso bows up as well. So those with the long classic, take your iso bow. You're gonna feed it through, and you're just gonna loop right through the other iso bow handle, right? So you're putting it through and then just dropping it through the handle so it comes up like this. And we're gonna do two, so one for each hand. And then what we'll do is we're going to reach back, step back in a lunge and then step up, okay? So just like this, but with both hands. Then my smaller units, what we're going to do is hip adductions. So we're gonna do lunges. So you're gonna keep your arms straight. You're gonna step back and step up, trying to hit just with your leg there. If it feels like I actually want more, you could always grab the cable rather than the iso bows. And then my friends with the the short bullworker, we're gonna do what we call crossovers. So you're gonna lay down, you're gonna take it, you're gonna put it on one knee, opposite arm, opposite knee. You're gonna contract, and then the top arm and the other leg are coming in just like a dead bug here, okay? So you're gonna go 8 like this, and then you'll switch over to the other side, and you'll go 8 more, okay? Okay, so here we go. Ready, looking good. We're gonna go let's go for 12 reps each side. Ready? Go. My crossovers, you're going for 8. Perfect. Yep, nice. So keep this leg up and keep that contracted the entire time. My lungers are going for 12 and then switching legs. Yep, so keep this contracted and then knees come up. Perfect. Switching legs at 12. My dead bug crossovers, you're gonna switch at 8. Just because we know those are difficult.
Yes, they are.
Feeling it, this should be really pulling all of your core together as well as your back and your back side of your core, so your lumbar and that thoracic shoulder mobility as well. Nice, Raquel. How does that feel? Good. Albert's crushing it over there. Swap out with your partner when you're ready. On those dead bugs, it is okay if you're not compressing the unit, as long as you're keeping tension. You don't need to fully compress it. How we feeling? Good, good. Good work, Dio. All right, and whenever you're ready and you're finished, switch with your partner. And then my lungers, you're doing 12 and switching. And my crossovers, you're doing 8 and switching. Nice work. The lunge is definitely a little different. And then last set, swapping with your partner for the last set. Nice. Good breathing. Last set, leave it all out there. Don't forget about those holds too. If you're wanting and you're feeling called to just hold it and flex it and engage those muscles, do it. And when you finished up, my long bow classic users, go ahead and take those iso bows off when you're finished. So go ahead and pull those off. We'll pull those off. We'll get them ready for some tricep cable pushdowns. So my long units, you're going to be doing cable pushdowns. So what we're doing there is you're going to slide both of these cable grips up. Remember, you just put your hands or fingers through the slit on the rubber grip, and that'll help slide them up easily. We're gonna be on our knees. We're gonna grab up here, bending only at our elbows, and we're gonna do a tricep pushdown, just like this, okay? My smaller units, the steel bows, you're going to do the bicep curls. So you're gonna have a top hand on the top, bottom hand, what we're focusing on is palm facing up, and you're gonna curl up, okay? Now here, you can keep tension as you move. So if as you're going up, if you raise that top arm while keeping tension, you can get that full range of motion. And then we're gonna switch sides, okay? So here we go. Tricep pushdowns and bicep curls, ready, go. So here, Matt, we'll just slide this up. Perfect. Yep, pressing down, bicep cable curls, really focusing on those holds. Nice. So same with you, Dio, if you want to hold it, compress, and then keep that tension as you curl up and down. Excellent, go ahead and swap with your partner, The longer bow classics, those you're just gonna grip those grips tight. You don't have to squeeze like your life depends on it, but the tighter you squeeze them, the more they'll stay in place. Exactly, and you're gonna press down. Triceps, keep pumping. If you wanna do a hold, go for the hold. Nice. And go ahead and swap with your partner when you're ready. Almost there, almost there. A little bit of a learning curve on the equipment, but you guys are crushing it. Here we go. Those bicep curls, tricep pushdowns, ready? Get them pumping. Nice. Good job. Excellent. Perfect. Switching sides on those bicep curls. We got one last piece to the equation before we just do a nice little cool down. Remember, you're controlling that resistance, so sometimes it might not even budge. Like if you feel the tension that you want, just keep that there and then move through. If you want more, compress it more. We're gonna drop into legs now. So our long bow, or some hips. So here what we're gonna focus on is our glute meds and glute mins. So those are actually really important in your lower back and your stability. So our friends with the long Bullworkers, you're gonna slide these cable grips down to the center again. You're gonna lay back, you're gonna place these around your knees. You don't have to hold them, I prefer to hold them. And then we're gonna spread and come back, spread and come back, and you should feel that in the side there. If you want more resistance, let us know. And then our little guys, what you're gonna do is the opposite. You're gonna place it in between your knees. So if you want, again, no hands, that's up to your preference. I prefer the hands, and we're gonna compress. Okay? So this is gonna get your adductors, all of that inner thigh and groin area, and then the other one is gonna get your abductors, all of your glutes and abductor muscles there. Very, very important in hip stability and lower back tension and pain relief. So here we go. If you want to do that hold, focus on that hold. All right, nice work, Michael. All right, switching partners. So place those over your knees. Yep, perfect. And then here, really focus on the slow contraction. So for you, Yuli, you're gonna place those in between the knees. Yep, and you can grip them. I prefer to grip them, but it's up to your personal preference. And then just squeeze them together. Exactly. Feel those holds if you want the hold. 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds. And swapping out with your partner, swapping out. All right, get going, here we go. We're gonna just do 2 sets on these as well. So this is our last set. Really focus on leaving it on the table. When you're in those spreads or those contractions on that end, hold it. Hold it and maybe even give it just a little 1-inch pulse on each side. Perfect. We've got 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds. Should be feeling it on those outside thighs and glutes or the inner thighs. And you're good, take a break. Perfect, perfect. How's that feel? Feel good? Good, good. Last piece, grab the iso bow, everybody gets one. Spread out from your partner on this one because we are going to have our legs fan out to the sides. So here what we're going to do is we're gonna hop back up on our feet. We're just gonna give back to those slow movements. If this is the time for you to cool down, you don't need to give it too much effort. If you want a little more oomph in your workout, feel free to pull apart harder. But right now you're just gonna kind of flow through your range of motion, almost improv. Go through whatever feels good to you. If it feels good to go behind your head, go behind your head, up above, out in front. There you go, Raquel. You can round forward, you can bend over. Up to you, however you want. This is kind of just a little bit of a cool down or a finisher. And then what we'll do is we'll meet up at the top. We're gonna really focus on engaging the side body, but you don't need to go too far. So imagine we're up at 12 o'clock. Just go over to about 2 p.m. or a.m. and reach that top arm up to the ceiling as high as you can. You should start feeling that side body stretch. Breathe into that side body. And coming back up to 12 and then over towards 10 or 11. And then again, that top hand, really emphasize pushing it up towards the ceiling, getting that stretch. And we'll take that, just leaving it in your right hand, coming behind your back. You're gonna pull down, having that elbow point towards the ceiling. Perfect. Pull down, hold, breathe into that stretch. Now what we'll do is we'll pull up. So that bottom hand is now you're trying to pull that up our back. You should feel it in the front of your shoulder with the hand behind your back. And now we'll hop down for the last pieces. We're gonna take the iso bow, we'll put it over our foot. We're gonna lay back. Make sure you have space between you and your neighbor. First, we're just going to take this iso bow and we're gonna pull it back just towards our head. You don't have to lock out your knee, but keep the leg as straight as you can. And then pull it as far back as you can until you feel that desired stretch. And then here's what we're gonna do is something unique. It's called PNF stretching, proprioceptive neural facilitation. So you're gonna push against the iso bow in that stretch. So your hamstring's gonna start to fire. So you're pushing against the iso bow. We're gonna hold that for 5 seconds. Ready? Go. Really feel that hamstring engage. This is kind of like your isometric piece of stretching. Take a break, shake it out. And now on this one, you're gonna go that same leg, same stretch, but you're not gonna press against it. So you should be able to go farther back and just hold, let it relax, go for that hamstring, deep hamstring stretch. So this is actually proven to be the fastest way to increase flexibility because not only are you elongating your muscle, but then you put that tension on it. Now, keeping your right hand or left, whichever foot is, so same hand, same foot, you're gonna drop that leg over to the side and let it drop. Let it drop as far as you want, and that should feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh. Actually, the longer we hold it, the more release we're gonna get. So just really try to focus on letting it go. Don't fight the iso bow, just let it relax. We'll go 5 more seconds here. Breathe into it. And you'll bring it back up. Keep it on the same foot, switching hands now. So it's gonna be opposite hand, opposite foot. Really should feel this in your glutes and your IT bands, outer thighs. Again, focus on the relaxing part. Really just engage with where your mind and where your body is. Breathe into that muscle. The higher you pull it up towards your face, the more you're going to feel that stretch. Good work. Does it feel good? Are we feeling it? Yeah. Good, good. We'll do 5 more seconds here, breathing into it. And slowly bring it back up. Perfect. And that's it. That's it. How do we feel? Give yourself a hand. All right, and that's it for the class. Hopefully you enjoyed and are feeling as good as we are. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can stay up to date with what we're doing. And then if you do have questions, feel free to reach out to us on our website. And don't forget to access Bullworker TV for more fun to come, and we'll see you next time.